the Oscars, they're a award ceremony.
Yeah, they're apparently they're pristine.
Apparently. I wouldn't know. I tend not to really care about them. I get why people care about them. That's cool. I'll watch them. I'll be like, great, that movie won. I've never seen it. I have no interest. Or, great, that movie won. I've seen it and it deserves it. Probably. I don't even know what they look for. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes there's films with like a 75 Rotten Tomatoes that win a big award. You're like, how did that win like best cinematography? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's the Oscars. But hey, Endgame is apparently doing a hard campaign to try to get some Oscars. What do you think?
Endgame is definitely a movie that is unlike any other because of the fact that it has multiple years of history and is able to literally bring people from all different types of franchises into one film coherently. So that's a good thing.
Here's this is the weird one. It's not gonna get nominated or anything for Best Picture.
No,
that's not happening.
No. Visual effects though, they've been snubbed out of it. Marvel has been snubbed out of visual effects
multiple times.
Every freaking
Infinity
year.
War is the one, like, you look at Thanos, you're like, I can see the hairs in his pores growing. Like, it's weird. I could see visual effects. The one I could also see is Robert Downey Jr. for Best Actor.
I can see
see that. There's something there.
Give him his due because he literally, he is, if it wasn't for Robert Downey Jr. doing a phenomenal role in Iron Man 1, we would not be where we are right now.
And if it wasn't for Marvel Studios giving him the opportunity, who knows where he would have wound up after that jail time and all that. So it goes hand in hand. Sometimes the Oscars, actually a lot of times, they decide to look at the real world issues and award it to that. This is a revolutionary for both, because they were both on the low in their careers. Like, Marvel Studios was ready to sell off anything just to survive if this didn't happen. Robert Downey Jr., you know, they saved his career. So there's a lot to that. But
it's a real life, two negatives make a positive.
Right.
Like,
really, really. So I think Robert Downey Jr. could potentially get a nod. I don't know if there's a winning scenario, but hey, anything could happen. It's the Oscars.
Yep.
Visual effects, yes. Sound design, Alan Silvestri's iconic theme, Portals.
Ugh.
The way, like, I think that one deserves a nod, if not some sort of victory, because you can listen to Portals.
Yep.
Which we do. We all have to blast that in the car.
Yep. It's also on our gym playlist.
Yes. You can pinpoint every single Avenger, the beats from their music, how he incorporates different artists. Like, Alan Silvestri outdoes himself with that masterpiece. I think it would be a snub if he doesn't at least get nominated. Like, he doesn't have to win. Just give the man, give him his due. Like, that's...
And especially with everything Black Panther was able to do last year, with Marvel finally getting somewhere.
The most comic book awarded Oscar film of all time.
Yeah,
I believe 3. So
3. And it was basically one of the. It was the first Marvel one to actually get something too, I believe. I mean, not.
Well, core Marvel Studios.
Yes.
Yeah, but Marvel, they've had a couple others with some of the other films, which is obviously deserved for some of those.
Yeah. So we're actually in a position that this may actually happen. And a lot of people are in that in that whole let's do what we can to be a part of that, because if you look at Game of Thrones, they're actually following the steps of the Game of Thrones people, because they're all doing the same thing. They're like,
how can the last season of Game of Thrones get so many Emmys if it's the worst thing ever that I've read on the internet? It's like Star Wars all over again, people. I just don't get it. I just don't. It's almost like it was good. It was just rushed. It's almost like headcanon doesn't make quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. Anyways, the Oscars though.
Yep.
What else do you think? Is there any other chances anything could be awarded? Like best screenplay, maybe? You could probably nominate for that, because I assume the screenplay was pretty great, and they're like,
I bet you the screenplay was like this big.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this is everything we have.
I just like the size and scope of that movie.
Yeah.
No, like the competition couldn't pull off uniting 3 characters on the screen at once. They're like, 40, we got this.
Yeah, they could I could definitely see visual effects, potential costume and makeup. Because half of those people actually were in real suits and in real costumes. Like I think 3 people weren't.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else actually was.
Are you telling me Thanos wasn't a real alien? That marble
Oh, darn.
Kevin Feige, take a hike. Take a hike. Bring in that.
Don't even say it.
Who's over at DC right now? I don't even know who works at DC. I don't know. Bring in Avi Arad. He's our man.
They have Abrams, though, right now.
Oh, they do have Abrams. Oh, you know, Abrams would actually be good for a Marvel movie, but he's going to do good with DC. Anyway, so Oscars, yeah.
So, I also can see them, I really hope, Robert Downey Jr., because
that's the one.
He, in that movie alone, he actually had the most character growth. Like, if you put all of his appearances in like, a full-on montage, you're going to be like, this is growth of a character.
Oh, God. Just from that one movie, from the opening with his, like, is almost like about to die confessions and a leftover to coming to Earth, realizing they failed, and him blaming everybody and like stumbling to the family realization to becoming the hero that he knows he needs to giving up his life. Every single thing, you're like, the emotion and the character arc and the acting, like,
the person who never would have sacrificed his life sacrificed his life. Definitely him. I could see here's the issue. You can't do like a supporting actor because you got 39 of them.
Best supporting actor, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, just do that.
Come on up, quarter of the audience.
Yeah,
literally, like literally. Do you think Chris Evans?
I can see Chris Evans, but I'm not dissing Chris Evans at all.
Favorite.
Listen to me when I say this. I am not dissing Chris Evans, but Robert Downey Jr.'s performance in this movie was superior.
Yeah.
Because they also had a more of a timeline. Supporting act, I would actually say that Chris Evans was more of a supporting actor than a lead actor. I can also see supporting going to Hulk. Not like
Mark Ruffalo.
To Mark Ruffalo, not like here's Captain America's and then here's his. Like,
here's the sad thing though. CG. Remember Andy Serkis and how they jip him every time?
Yep.
Okay, how about this? Oscars? How about you add in best CG performance? Because that is acting. I don't care how old people are. Technology's evolved in the last 30 years since The Abyss and Terminator 2 and James Cameron to the point that there's CG acting. Imagine that. So how about that?
That would be awesome because then you have Rocket, Groot. Okay, but mind you, they're all mocapped by the same person. But, but then you have the entire digital aspects of it. Then finally Andy Serkis could win an award because that man, as well as Sean Gunn, have been gypped so many times.
Sean Gunn is phenomenal at mocapping. Like, you watch him as Rocket, you're like, he's actually moving like a freaking raccoon would.
And also, he was the one who did Lord of the Rings Smeagol.
That's Andy Serkis.
That was Andy Serkis. No, I thought he did too.
No, I don't think so. That was just Serkis.
It might have been just Serkis. But also, though, look at how many other of the actors that are in currently Marvel who have done mocapping before. And we've had Ben Cumberbatch. He did it because he was Smaug.
It's an evolutionary step in the Oscars, which is, I guess, we're here. We're just going to trail off for like 1 minute. The Oscars have this issue where they're so stuck in the past that they don't want to like adapt to the future. And they were talking about that. It's like, we're going to do the most popular film Oscar. Again, that's a stupid one that's going to go to whatever makes the most box office, sure. But again, we're at that stage. Guess what? 12-year-old Timmy isn't going to watch... what's Oscar baity as hell? I don't know. I don't know.
I actually don't know what it is right now.
Some Oscar bait title. Timmy don't care, okay? Timmy cares about the Avengers. So if it's his favorite movie of the year, if you want to make the Oscars more inclusive, then give it that award. Most popular movie that, whatever. It's like, okay, we're not pristine. Guess what? You weren't pristine when you literally skipped over Leo for like 20 decades.
That is very true.
He's literally been acting since cinema was invented, and you guys gave it to him for the one thing he didn't deserve it for.
Yep. He even states that, actually. If you go back and you look at some of the things when it comes to Leonardo DiCaprio, he's just like, I think they just gave it to me because everybody at that point was like, if you don't, we're done with the Oscars.
And I messed up on that. It wasn't 20 decades. I was trying to say 10 decades so people could connect it to the Titanic. That was my reference. But I said 20 because I was thinking of the war. Never mind. That was how my mind works. So
that is how his mind works.
The Oscars.
The Oscars definitely need to evolutionize.
Yeah.
Yes, we get it. There's 100 other freaking different award ceremonies. Like Kids' Choice Awards actually gives it to people who deserve it because the kids vote.
I like it when the kids are, that's my hero. Perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
You've got the Emmys. I think that's not TV.
That's the TV, yeah.
Is that the TV?
I keep confusing that with the
People's
Grammys.
Choice Awards. There you go. That's us actually giving.
Does
things a
MTV
voice.
still do it? I don't know.
I think they do, but it's more music.
Whatever. Anyways, you get the point. Oscars, just give it to Robert Downey Jr. Just give him a nod. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
And everybody else who's mocapped ever.
That works.